You're not empty. You're not less of a person, or you're not a mistake. Starting over does not mean starting from zero. That's the mistake a lot of people make when life forces them into a new chapter. You're not empty. You're not brand new. You're not erased. You still have experience. You have scars, but you still have judgment. You still have value. This is the Rebuild Report. Work, AI, money, health, and the uncomfortable truth about starting over without starting from zero. And this is where I document what it takes to stay relevant, employable, healthy, and dangerous in the AI age. Today is the first report, and the topic is simple. Starting over doesn't mean starting from zero. I'm launching a new chapter, not because everything is perfect, not because I have it all figured out, and not because I'm trying to sell some fake success story. No, this is real. But I'm launching this because the world has changed. Work has changed. Hiring has changed. AI is changing the rules. Money feels different. Health matters more than people admit. And a lot of experienced people are just trying to stay useful, to stay visible, valuable in the world that keeps moving the goalposts. That's what this show is all about. Not pretending, not performing, not motivational fluff. This is a real field report from a new chapter in my life. And a lot of people are going through the same version right now. They have experience, but the market is not responding. They have skills, but the hiring system just doesn't recognize them, or it chooses not to. And they have responsibilities, but the economy keeps changing. If you would have told half the women that you see now that they can make $1 million to $2 million a year on OnlyFans, most of them would not be at a 9 to 5. If you told me I can make $1 million on OnlyFans. You could see every crack of my ass. Do you hear me? Because everyone has responsibilities, and health, it's not free. And the commercials of the rose and the semi-glutides and all the things, they are not free. And and the world still expects everything to act like it's normal. But everything is not normal. AI is changing how people work. Companies are changing who they hire, how they hire, why they hire. The job market feels colder, stranger, even more automated in the age of AI than it's ever been. And a lot of people, they know how, well, they know how to work. But more importantly, people want to feel visible, not useless, not invisible. There's a difference. And one of the hardest parts about being in this new chapter is learning how to talk about it. You see, one day you too will be at this place in life, if you are so lucky to have lived as long as I have lived and seen the things I've seen. But but if I say too much, you start to sound, well, desperate. But if you say nothing, nobody knows what you're building. If you complain, people will tune you out. And if you fake confidence, people can feel it. So the challenge is this: how do you tell the truth without turning your life into a public complaint? That's really the fine line we're all walking in life with this social media and all the visibility to the world. But I'm going to give you the real, the raw, the useful, but not the reckless. You see, you're here to learn to be better, not reckless. Let me just be real. A lot of you out there are just like me, a little bitter, a little frustrated, but a lot inspired. The passion, well, the passion sometimes can come off a little sloppy, but sometimes that is just the honest truth that the human being is delivering in front of you. Isn't that the standard? I'm not talking about this from theory. I have experience. I have skills. I have worked and I've been laid off too. I've dealt with contract work. I've dealt with a job market that doesn't always make sense at all. And now you and I are watching the world transform with AI. The rules have changed for all time. And if you're not willing to go on this journey, well, you know, I'm someone who has dealt with limitation. I've had a major surgery in my life. I've lost over 170 pounds and put probably 50 of it back on. I'm not standing on a mountaintop telling people what to do. I'm not coming at you as some guru. I'm not here to sell you a polished version of success. I mean, where every problem gets solved by waking up at 5 o'clock and drinking fresh alpine water and putting on the best moisturizer and pretending everybody loves you. That's not what you're here for. That's not this. This is the middle. This is the part before the comeback. This is the part when the music just begins to get warmed up. There's This is before the comeback. The part that we never savor to really explain why the pressure is real. But this is the time for us all to spark the comeback because the clock is real. The uncertainty is real. And the choices matter. It, Here's the part I keep coming back to. Starting over does not mean starting from zero. Starting over does not mean starting from zero. It means the strategy is old. It means what we used to know is not enough anymore. It means your experience has to be translated. It means your skills have to become visible. Words are not enough. It means your story has to become useful, impactful, meaningful. It means you have to stop waiting for permission and start creating proof, facts and data, evidence and proof. It means you have to stop just letting your life go by. It's time for you to start this new chapter. It's time for us all to start a new chapter. So let me break this down into three things. Number one, the world changed and nobody paused the game. It just kept on going. Work changed, hiring changed, technology changed, AI changed the rules. The very economy has changed. The way people build trust has changed. The way people build income has changed. But bills, they didn't pause. Responsibilities, they did not pause. And time, most definitely, did not pause. That's why so many people feel left behind. Even when they have been working their entire life or this whole time during this transformation, they still feel left behind. But it's not always you that have failed. Sometimes the game has changed while you're still playing by the old rules. I was taught certain rules in life, and before I knew it, those rules were obsolete, obsolescent, and out of the window so fast. I didn't have a chance to go to the library to understand the new rules. They just happened. And that is the super brutal realization. Sometimes everything changes while you're playing the game. Because the old playbook said, get experience, build a resume, apply for the job, wait for someone to recognize your value, and they might pay you for it. But the new market does not, well, it doesn't work that cleanly anymore. In this new market, it's noisy. This new market is a jungle with every every imaginable version of an animal, and they're all hunting you, or they're hunting past you because the rules of the game have changed. The new market is automated. The new market is distracted, overloaded, and sometimes flat out broken. That's what the new market is sometimes. Flat out broken. So if you are experienced and you're still getting ignored, that does not automatically mean you have no value. It may mean the market can't see you clearly enough. The market can't see you. The old playbook is not enough anymore. Number two, experience still counts, but it has to be repackaged. This is important. Experience, it still matters. I'm not saying experience doesn't matter, but experience is part of the playbook that matters. The real end-to-end playbook is anchored in judgment because judgment matters. Pattern recognition matters. If you are going to sit in the same job and let the pattern continue, you are going to be replaced. You have to recognize the pattern and uplift it or take it someplace else. Scars matter. Ask me, I have them. They hurt. They remind you of the things you will not accept. But you must be willing to put those scars away. And knowing what not to do matters. I know that sounds crazy because we've been taught by the old rules that knowing what you need to know is the only thing that matters. But now, knowing what you need to know and knowing what not to do, that matters. Even more so than knowing what to do sometimes. And being through hard things still means you're able to bring clarity that matters. That's why experience is still important. But thinking clearly, judgment, recognizing your scars and growing beyond them, being through hard things and still showing up every day with the same energy, that matters. You must think clearly. But evidence by itself, experience by itself, personality by itself, degrees by themselves do not matter. It's not enough anymore. The market no longer automatically rewards you based upon what you have done. The market no longer rewards you based upon what you have done. That means your experience has to be translated into something visible, not just job titles, not just years of experience, not just responsibilities. Proof, positioning, distribution, adaptability. These are the cornerstones of the new economy and the new information age, in addition to the basic pillars that you were taught were the golden top of the mountain. Those things are now table stakes. Proof, positioning, distribution, and adaptability. People need to know what problem you will solve. not what problem you have solved. People need to know what problem you will solve. And they need to know why it matters to the community, to the market, to the management team, to the customer, to the business, to the enterprise, to whomever. They need to know why it matters. They need to know why you are still useful right now in this market, in this economy, with AI changing the way work gets done. They need to know why it matters.